Hello, boys and girls. It's Miss McClamroch and Harper May here today. And today we are going to learn all about shapes. But first, I wanted to review what we learned yesterday. Yesterday, we got to read our story, but we also learned the sound that kept happening over and over for Walter's wonderful web. We learned all about the letter W, and W says whoa. Now today we're going to look at a different part of this story, Walter's Wonderful Web. I'm going to open up to the last page to show you. All right, you ready to help us? This page has all of our shapes. So let's review our shapes and then we're going to play a game, okay? This shape, let's count the sides that are on this shape. Ready? 1, 2, 3. This shape has 3 sides. Now let's see, how many corners does this shape have? Let's count the corners. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 3 sides and 3 corners. What could this shape be?
A triangle.
A triangle, that's right. Now let's move to the next shape. Well, does this shape have any sides?
No.
Or any corners?
No. It's a circle.
It's a circle. It goes around and around. It is a circle. Let's come to the next shape. Ready? This green shape, let's count the sides first. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many sides are there? 4 sides. Now let's count the corners. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many corners?
It's plus, Mom.
There are 4 sides plus 4 corners. Now, did you notice, hold on a second, did you notice that all of these sides are the same size?
Yes, yes.
So that means, what is this green shape?
It's a square.
It's a square. 4 sides, 4 corners, and all of the sides are the same size. It's a square. Are you ready for the next shape? Let's use this red one next. Let's count the sides. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many sides?
4.
Now let's count the corners, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many corners are there? 4 sides and 4 corners again. Well, does this shape and this shape, do they look the same or different?
They look different.
They look different. And look how this red shape, it got kind of stretched out. What do we call this red shape?
It's a diamond.
It's a diamond, or sometimes we use a fancy word called a rhombus. Ooh, a diamond or a rhombus.
I'm going to call it a diamond.
That's fine. Now, our very last shape, we should count the sides again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many sides are there? 4, that's right. Now let's count the corners. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many corners? Now, does this and this look the same?
No.
They look different. That's right. Even though they have 4 sides and 4 corners, they are 2 different shapes. I wonder what this orange shape could be. What is it?
It's a
Rectangle. Look, it has 2 long sides.
2 short sides.
Yes, and 2 short sides. That's how we know this is a rectangle. Now, are you ready for today's game?
I get
Your job is to use a marker, or a crayon, or a pencil, or a pen, something you can write with, and paper.
That's my paper.
And Harper, can you tell them the rules of the game? What do we draw?
We draw every shape.
Shapes. You get to draw shapes today, okay?
Okay,
So
I'm
Harper,
going.
what shape would you like to draw today?
A rectangle.
A rectangle. Okay, so you go ahead and make some rectangles on your page, and I am gonna make some squares on my page. Okay? Here we go. We're gonna draw.
Mommy.
What does a rectangle need? How many
I
sides?
need to see.
Look how I'm gonna do my squares.
A house.
I'm gonna stop like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna show my picture. I made squares. Would you count with me how many squares I made? Ready? 1, 2, 3. How many squares did I draw?
3.
I drew 3 squares. Now Harper is working on her rectangles, and we're gonna count her rectangles too. So your job today is going to be to draw shapes. After you draw your shapes, you are going to practice counting how many shapes there are. It's really helpful to use your number 1 finger to touch each shape as you say a number. That way you can remember how many there are and how many you counted. That's okay. Are you ready to count your rectangles?
No.
Not yet? Well, in just a minute, we're gonna play another game to look for shapes somewhere else. So as soon as Harper is ready to count her rectangles, we're gonna play that other part of our game. All right, we ready to count? Here we go. Hold your page up so that everybody can see. Let's see how many rectangles. Remember, Harper said, oops, I drew a square. So if we're counting the rectangle, should we count that one?
It's okay.
Well, yeah, that's okay. We'll count it in with it too, but it is not a rectangle, that is a square. But Harper said that. Ready?
I'm gonna count them because.
All right, touch and count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
How many shapes did you draw?
7.
7 shapes. Now, how many of your shapes are squares?
1 and 2.
How many squares?
2.
Great job. Now, how many rectangles did you draw?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow, so 5 rectangles and 2 squares. That's awesome, Harper. Great job. Now, remember how I drew my squares like this? I'm gonna turn my squares into a picture. Harper, I think you guessed what my picture was going to be. Let's find out. I'm going to add a rectangle. I wonder what?
And then a circle.
Oh, and then maybe I should make a circle. Now, if I have a square, I'm gonna add a triangle shape on top of my square.
And do some.
And then over here, I'm gonna make a circle.
Why?
What could that be?
A circle and a house.
What could that circle be?
A sun.
Ooh, a sun.
You need yellow to it.
I would need a yellow. I'm even gonna draw another detail outside of my house. I'm gonna make another
Is it okay if I make
skinny rectangle.
is
And then I'm gonna make a different shape. We haven't practiced this one. This is an oval. It's a circle that
I know
gets
how.
stretched out. I'm gonna make
I
an
know how
oval.
it.
I know, you're really great at your shapes. Any guesses what all of my shapes turned out to be? A house. Let's count the squares that I drew for my house. Ready? 1, 2, 3. How many squares did I draw?
3.
Now let's count the rectangles, just like Harper made rectangles. Ready? 1, 2. 2 rectangles. How many triangles do you see in this picture? Just 1. Good job. Now let's count the circles. Ready? 1, 2. There was a teeny tiny one. 2 circles. And was this a circle?
No, the oval.
You're right. It is round like a circle, but it is longer. So we call that an oval.
I didn't do nothing.
Do you know what we're going to do next?
What?
Guess where else we can look to find shapes? Where can we go?
Outside.
We can go outside. And you know what? In our sky, there are clouds. And sometimes clouds have shapes. So guess what, boys and girls? Harper and I are headed outside to look at all of the shapes in the clouds. I hope that you'll join us outside. Bye-bye.